What's up, guys? You got Kells here for week 2 of UPA. We're facing Anthony, aka Ghostflame, and I'm super excited about this battle because he's been in league since I started. We started in the same league. Really good friend of mine. We met through, I think that name of the league was called, it was something close to UPA. I remember it was like UPL, I think, maybe unnamed Pokemon League. That sounds about right. So getting into teams, he has a really scary team. His OUs are Magearna, Landers T, Halucha. Magearna, Landers T is really scary. Was hard to prep for. Then UU at the time, instead of Mamoswine, he had Entei. He had Entei, Raikou, Primarina. And then on to RU. I think he had the best RU draft out of anybody with Necrozma, Shaman, Snorlax. I feel like all three of those mons could have been first round RU picks. He managed to get all of them. And then Sneasel, Weezing, Claydol. And I was worried about Sneasel because week 1 I helped him prep and he brought Banded Sneasel and it put in a lot of work. I was also fearing Z, Floor Cannon, Magearna because he brought that week 1 and I helped him prep and he ended up sweeping with it. So I was pretty sure he might bring that again. I had that feeling. We'll get into my team real quick. First of all, shout out to Justin for helping me prep this week. Justin and Liam will be kind of my front office for this league, so he helped me prep this week. And this was my Greninja set: U-turn, Waterfall, Gunk Shot, Low Kick. Originally I had mixed with like Low Kick, Gunk Shot, Hydro, and Dark Pulse maybe. And so, but then Justin was like, why don't you just go full physical? Because I assumed his main check to this would be Snorlax, because it's really the only thing on his team that wants to switch into a Greninja, and Low Kick just blows it back, it OHKOs it. So that was my plan with this set. EVs just let me outspeed everything. I think I outsped the Halucha with this, and then max attack, the rest in HP. And then Latias, the game plan for this, Justin helped me out with, is he said, break stuff with Greninja, and then try to sweep late game with Mega Latias. So we brought Calm Mind, HP Fire, Recover, Psyshock. Also thought about Reflect type for this, to Reflect type the Magearna. But we ended up going with Calm Mind because Calm Mind Mega Lati is just disgusting. King TC, I was told to use this nickname, wasn't my choice. Thanks, Liam. We got Rocky Helmet, kind of let me switch into the, I think it was Halucha was the main thing, but it also allowed me to switch into Entei and Landorus. That was the other thing. Landorus, pretty much just max defense. A little bit of outspeed to try to outspeed a Snorlax creeping me if he decided to bring that. I believe they're both base 30. Terrakion was Z Stone Edge with S. Oh, I forgot SD on this. Wow. When my whole play game, that was a mess up. My whole game plan was to get up an SD and try to sweep, but somehow I put Quick Attack over SD. Don't know what I was thinking. Because if I got an SD up, this thing pretty much got a kill with Z Stone Edge. But must have messed that up. Enough speed to outspeed, I think, base 100s on his team. Don't remember what that was. Oh, Shaman, I believe. Because Z Stone Edge at +2 to a Shaman would have just blown it back. But somehow I forgot SD, so that's always nice. Now we go into TCMTL Rachi, my Jirachi, just a disgusting Spit F set. Really my only switch into Magearna, because as you can see, Magearna destroys every other mon on my team. So pretty much anytime Magearnas came in, I was planning on going straight to Rachi, because it's the only thing that can tank hits from it. Wish Side Talk, Protect Toxic, really gross set, but it did its work. And then Ditto, just because if we look at his team, Magearna set up, Lander set up, Halucha set up, Entei not really, UU picks don't really set up, maybe Primarina. Necrozma set up, Shaman no, Snorlax set up, Sneasel can set up, a lot of setup. So just Ditto allows me to make him hesitate on setting up. Just him being there really nerfs his team a lot. So now we'll get into the battle. Battle was a little longer than most of my battles go, so I might forget some things, but it's cool. We lead off with Greninja just because I can U-turn on anything. This, I think U-turn only did about 10%. So I ended up switching out right into my Jirachi. He Volt switches. Crit doesn't really matter because I end up getting leftovers back to heal me up. He goes Weezing. I throw up a Wish here. I could have just Psyshocked, but I figured I might as well get up a Wish. Yep. Oh, I guess I do Psyshock. My bad. So I Psyshock that. He goes into this thing. And I tank a hit Earthquakes and Earth Powers from this, so I just fire off a Toxic. He sets up Trick Room, and now I'm like, oh, okay, he's a Trick Room team, which scares me because most of my team outspeeds his team, but it's whatever. And here he explodes on the Protect, which ended up working out great. But I want to apologize because Showdown messed up. He was supposed to have Stealth Rocks, but instead he had Trick Room twice, I believe. So that ended up hurting him. He didn't get Rocks up. Rocks don't do a ton to my team, but just the chip on every switch in would have really helped him. So sorry for that. It really stinks. Next time let me know. We can try to recreate it. But here he goes Sneasel, and I have nothing to switch into Sneasel except my Terrakion. Hoping to get that +1 on the Justified boost. He goes this, which was a really good double by him. We go Ditto, because nothing on my team really likes a Will-O-Wisp. But, so Ditto gets burned. Not the biggest deal, unless I guess I could have transformed into the Sneasel and done more damage. He goes this, just walls this thing. I think his set was Gyro, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Sludge Bomb on here, which I found out. So can't really touch Magearna. Go into my Rachi, my always switch in. This thing Trick Rooms again. I should have probably protected there to stall out the Trick Room, but I ended up going for... I threw up a Wish, alright. So I go for the Wish, and now I just Side Shock, hoping for a little bit of damage on this thing. He Gyro Balls, does nothing to this Jirachi. And Side Shock doesn't do that much. Psychic would have been better, but I figured for stuff like Calm Mind, Necrozma, I guess, Side Shock could be better. He goes this, which I really can't touch, but this is the only thing to wall it. So I wish I had a little something to touch it better, but I couldn't really fit Fire Punch or anything on it this week. He goes this, and this thing just destroyed. So right here I go Terrakion because hoping he goes for the knockoff, and I threaten it. Even if he Ice Crash, I live and I threaten it out. But you'll see here, he makes the play and goes for a low kick, and I just die to it. And I find out here he's banded based on that damage, so he's banded low kick. And that was bad. So I go Greninja and I low kick, which I assumed he'd go into this, but low kick isn't really a prediction because it also blows the Sneasel back. So there's back-to-back low kick kills versus him because that thing just dies. So back-to-back low kick kills from the Sneasel and the Greninja. He goes here. I didn't U-turn because it only did like 9% and I was taking more from Life Orb. He Volt Switches, which you'll find to just be reoccurring, his Volt Switches on my Jirachi. He goes this, I'm like, ugh. So I protect, I guess, just to scout what he goes for. Now here I go Ditto, because it's the only thing that can take a knockoff, because I brought all 3 of my Psychics this week, so Sneasel put a hole in me. We live, but he knocks off my Scarf. So this is a speed tie here. I think we both probably go for low kick. Yeah, he might not. Oh no, he's banded. He's going for knockoff. What am I saying? I win the speed tie, get the low kick off. Nice chip. Here I believe I go Slowking? Or no, I go Greninja because I pressure this thing out. And he goes into the Coughing, which takes like 29 from this, I believe. Yeah, 29. So I could go for a flinch, but I didn't want to catch a Gyro Ball and just die. So you turn out, get a teeny bit more chip on him. The protein animation's weird. Now we go Latias, because I realize here I can kind of start to set up on this with my Calm Mind Lati. That's kind of my plan here, is hopefully sweep. The Sneasel still being around is the only thing keeping me from being able to sweep just clean right now. And Power Fire, hoping the Magearna might come in. Now I recover just to get some more health back. And this next turn is where I start to set up, because he's not really switching, he's kind of going for the poison. So I decided to start setting it up, really start to threaten his team a little. I'm going for the Calm Mind. He goes Sludge. Oh, he Pain Splits here, which gets him like 10% health back. Now I Calm Mind again here as he goes into Magearna. And right here, I start fearing that he's Z Floor Cannon. So I recover up just to make sure I could live that. And he ends up being Z Floor Cannon, so if I didn't recover there, that would have been bad. But helping him prep week 1 gave me a bit of an advantage. And also, I know how, we both know how each other preps, so it's kind of weird. He got Ian to help him prep, which Ian backstabbed me. Come on, Ian. You don't have to do that. But he Volt Switches, goes into the Sneasel right now. And now I have to switch out into my Slowking. Even though it's not appreciating this, it takes like 85 93. Alright, we get the Rocky Helmet. He's at 9% left. So he knocks off again, kills the Slowking. This thing, oh, this thing's got 3 kills right now, I think. So this has all the kills for his team. I go into him Waterfall. Finally, this thing dies. And now I'm like, okay, Lottie has a chance to sweep because I've broken things down with Greninja. Now, Lottie can come in and hopefully sweep at some point. Here, I U-turn, but I actually debated low kicking because if he Volt Switched, I live the Volt Switch because I'm a fighting type then. And then I still pressure everything that comes in. But I was worried he'd Floor Cannon, so I just U-turn into my Jirachi like I've been doing the whole game. Just keeping Jirachi in as my main switch. Everything that seems hit the field, I've just gone Jirachi. Go Rachi again. Take the Volt Switch, goes into this thing. And now things start to get scary because this thing can't really touch it, so I Toxic it, just hoping to whittle it down a little. He SDs, and here I make a bit of a misplay. I should have known that he would have to go to +4, but I Protect here as he SDs again, and I'm like, oh no, am I going to get swept by this Necrozma? Because prepping SD Necrozma really never crossed my mind. I thought maybe like a bulky Calm Mind Stored Power might come, but I didn't see SD, so Jirachi just dies after that wish. I go Greninja, and I'm like, if I flinch here, then my Greninja stays around, but it's a 20% chance. I would have liked to get it. But I get the crit right here. I'm not sure if that crit mattered, because I think if the regular damage, if it wasn't crit, plus the Toxic, then I could go into Latias and fire off a Side Shock and kill it. But the crit happened. I don't think it mattered, but if it did somehow, sorry Anthony, you know I hacks you always. Now I go Lottie, and the plan is here just to start sweeping. So I Calm Mind, hoping he'd Floor Cannon to get that that special attack drop, but he goes for Ice Beam. And now there's a chance of him freezing me, because if he freezes me, he wins here. If he gets a freeze on any of these turns, he can win right here. As if I don't fall out like in the next 1 or 2 turns if he does freeze. But I end up staying around, he can't freeze, and I believe I don't set up anymore because I wanted to get where I could kill everything how I wanted it to. Yeah, I stay in HP Fire, I tank this hit, I don't freeze, so now I'm able to sweep. I just fire off the HP Fire, and then Weezing comes in and I'm able to Side Shock it. So we do get the win. We're 2-0 now. My team, oh, it's pretty good. I might FA for some kind of knockoff switching because my Dark Resist. I use Dark Resist as Terrakion, which, as you saw, gets low kicked to stuff by other things. But great game to Anthony. I'm so excited. This is probably going to be my best battle all season, and I was really excited to get to play him because I haven't played him in a long time, and we talk almost every day on Discord, so we're real close. So great game. I think he'll make playoffs. He's a competent battler, and top 6 make playoffs here, I believe. So a lot of people make playoffs, so I think he will. He's 1-1 right now, and with his team, he's got a good chance. So next week I have a bye week, so I'll be off next week, but I'll see you guys later for week 4.